And once again, farmers, everybody. Once again, I'd like to say thank you so much for coming down over to Aliwal and for Aliwal Urban Arts Festival. This is the interview segment for farmers. So this is where we get to hear a little bit more about the songs from farmers, their creative process, anything and everything in between. And of course, they'll be sharing with us as well a little artists sharing about how they make their songs, which is very, very interesting in my opinion. But we're gonna first talk about actually the whole concept of farmers, because if you go online and you search up what it is about, there's not much information, at least not yet. So maybe you can share about the concept, what farmers really, really is. Yeah.
So, Farmers started with actually the last song that Theo wrote. And I think I was having a hard time getting back into making music. And me and Theo met by chance, the universe brought us together. And he was like, you should really write your emotions out. And I think for me, if I can't write something, I can't process it. So what he did was he jump-started the process by introducing me to you. So maybe you want to talk more about why you wrote you.
I'm a bit emotional right now, sorry. I'm not. Yeah. You was. Sorry, what? Oh.
Okay, come on.
You was a song written after my breakup. As all musicians do, they write songs about their breakups. And the song is basically about me not being able to let go of her and trying to learn to stand on my own 2 feet again and get up from what it was. And yeah, that's essentially the song. What about you, Leon?
I wrote the second verse, and I think the second verse mirrors what actually happened in real life for me. Yeah, so I think we just amalgamated like what it feels like to lose someone you love, but still lose someone you love and still want to hold on to that person, but feel very powerless. And despite what the person is doing to you, like the control they have over you, and it's just, I think, for us, maybe a way to breathe. So I think that's where it started, and I told him, wouldn't it be funny if we made music as a person together, and we proceeded to write more songs, and then came the time where farmers. Honestly, it's why we decided on farmers with a V is because I just Googled it, and then nobody had that name, so I was like, marketing first, yeah, and and like we mentioned, like farmers was also because it's about taking what used to be a dream for two people, the love for two people, and learning it to apply it to yourself and to process it and to live it, and like Mel Robbins said, right, let them and let me. So that's what we did. We let them and we let us and see what we can do about it. And as musicians, we wrote, and that's how we came about with farmers. Yeah, and we didn't use our face because we're both at a point in time not very ready to be to like show our faces. And for me, I don't know about Theo, but for me, because prior was already doing music, so it felt like the whole social media online was like just watching me and asking me like, oh, why are you missing, and blah blah blah, and I just did not feel comfortable or safe. So we had a name to do that.
Okay. Thank you so much for sharing. I think I can definitely relate to it in a way, because like there is much comfort in being anonymous, as most of us will also relate to. But that being said, when I look at your discography for all of the songs, there is a theme of having that sort of restraint or having that quiet afterwards as well. What would that sound to you? How do you translate that into the songs that you have right now? Yeah.
You want to talk first?
Sorry, you need to repeat the question one more time. It takes 2 times to get it. Right. Quiet after the chaos. You want to start first, Leon? I need time to think.
I think for us, it's all about the words. For me, it's about the words, and it's about how do you write and process grief without making the song sound like it's an attack on the person you once loved. Because I believe that in any case, love is beautiful, and the fact that you get to love, it's already a gift. And I think it kind of cheapens love if you process your grief with a lot of unprocessed resentment. And honestly, sometimes two souls just don't happen to be meant for each other. Maybe not this time, maybe not this moment. And which is why I got a tattoo for my ex-lover, yeah. So, yeah, so I think it's about learning how to write songs that reflect grief but not put blame. Yeah. And sonically, how do you go about shaping it?
I think aside from the obviously sad songs, if you listen to the lyrics, like for the more upbeat songs, the lyrics are actually quite sad also. And I think that's a nice play on contrast. Like Strange Design is like a real crash out song. Like if you see the lyrics, he's like really crashing out. And so the whole mood of the song contrasts that. It's like a smile on the outside, but inside it's like breaking down. MSD was sort of a resentment song. And that was kind of the peak of the crash out, right? That's like one way we process the grief. It's just like scolding our exes and in a nice way. But yeah.
I guess in a way to kind of, summarize it, you are really making the songs with intention, with the peaks of the different layers of grieving, with the loss, with the sort of emotions that you go through throughout that process. And it reflects in the way how you experience it and how you make the songs as well. I think at this point, maybe you would like to also share a bit more about your songwriting process. Yeah, so like how do you go through it? Is there anything in particular that you go through? Because you did share with me previously that it's a very visual process.
So I don't know what people call, some people call it synesthesia, but I honestly don't know whether it's synesthesia. But when I hear music, I think images flashes through my head, and I have a specific idea on what mood and what sound or words would come in my head, or a scent, a smell. And I honestly work through that and start writing. I usually don't start writing songs with chords. Usually concepts are like what really drives. And I think if I can't picture an end painting, it's hard for me to write. Yeah, so I truly believe that visuals is emotions. Yeah, I think when you are writing lyrics and you're writing songs, it's important to visualize your songs like a graph and like there's a peak, and you're bringing the listener in to tell them a story, like paint them the picture. Think of ways to bring forth metaphors or images into their head by using words to prompt them, right? So I think for Strange Design, one of the things is Strange Design. Like we said, it was a crash out song, and I had a picture like when I was literally crying at the MRT station with all my tears. And it was horrible. I have so many pictures of it. Every time I cry, I would take a picture of myself because I think it's funny. So I would like, then I would laugh at it at myself. I would go, oh, so stupid. And then I like self-deprecating humor. It's very dry, yeah. So Strange Design, I wanted to encapsulate the feeling of what is it like to be fine, feeling like everything is okay, and at the same time not. So we used the most mundane lyrics and then flipped it over of the pre-chorus and the chorus to let you know that, this person is not okay, but then this person is okay. So like the most mundane things like, at today at McDonald's, I bought a Happy Meal. Scrolling through this Insta Reels, what's this loneliness I feel? So you would associate like McDonald's and Happy Meal with being happy, but I was not happy. I was eating the nuggets and crying. So, so stuff like that, like very visual storytelling, I think it's very important. For master's degree, honestly, for me, what guided it was the color purple and silver. It's how it sounds to me. And through that, knew that the song needed a bit of edge. And that's why we explored a little bit of the UK garage beats. And we wanted the lyrics to be cutting, but not blaming. You get it? Like, so it's more like, it's kind of like the sister song of, what's the one that, sister song of You. So You, it's very much begging, but without self-worth. Yeah, but I think master's degree is like you're begging, but with some self-worth. And you can imagine, for me, I imagine it to be like, you're crying and you're on a motorcycle and you're like, I could have master degree and heartaches. And then, that's how I imagine it to be, like a very visual person. And I constantly tell him when we're arranging, can you picture a house? Picture like the moon. I walk out, I look at the sky, there's a moon there, and the moon is talking to me. It has to be blue, it has this color, and when he plays a certain chord or sings a certain word, it snaps in my head. And I go, yeah, this is the color, this is it. And sometimes we use pictures. Like master degree, we put the pictures of our ex-lovers. And then we look at them and we manifest and we let the lyrics flow through us. So yes, that's what we do.
I see. But honestly, I genuinely like the whole concept of having like visuals being placed, because then it gives you a sort of, it's like a movie almost. Then you get to see how it progresses. Yeah. But again, because you're using such real photos, it does invoke very real feelings. My last question actually, and then after that we're going to open it to the floor if any other questions. How do you hold that emotional distance from, or like the closeness when sharing such personal material life? Because it can be triggering almost, but how do you hold that distance? Or like, is there a lot of internal work that you have to do before you put the song out?
I think the songs are actually like a very real way of letting us grow. Like, for example, when I wrote You, and at that point in time when I was like crashing out almost every night, I would play it and sing it to myself to comfort myself until it gradually I gradually learned to feel comfortable with it. And same for the moon actually. When he talked about putting the excess photos, right, that was like very real for the recording. And like spray the scent and all that. You gotta get that. Yeah. And my mind is running with.
Sorry. See, my mind is running now. to be running. Wait, what's the question? Yes. Shh.
How do you hold emotional distance or closeness?
Oh, okay. For me, when I wrote the song, there was already some distance apart from me and the situation. And the thing is because when I wrote The Moon, it's something that I always did. And because we are both, we love astronomy. And like here, he's a fan of Saturn and I'm a fan of the moon. So I think when I wrote The Moon, I think there was already some time apart. So it didn't really affect me in that way because I was able to verbalize what I was feeling rather than I think of it and I just cry, or I think of it and I go, why? So I think, like he said, like sitting down and writing it out, it's almost self-soothing. Like you write the song and you listen to the song, and it's like a prayer, a little routine, a mantra you tell yourself. For me, the moon is about being patient and being loving and waiting, despite anything that's going to happen, holding space. You could almost say we're like Glinda and Alphaba, holding space, yeah. I am Glinda and Alphaba, he is Bach. Yes, correct. I'm kidding.
All right, thank you so much.